Good evening. Come on in. Come on in. Good evening. Grab your e-pen and your journal. Good evening. Come on in. As we prepare for night one of the 5-day journaling challenge, come on in. Good evening, good evening, good evening. We're going to get started in just a couple of minutes. If you know me, you know that I usually come on about 5 minutes early. And so we are going to get started in just a couple minutes. So good to see those of you who are logging in. We are excited about beginning this journaling challenge. We are getting ready for 2021. Is there anybody ready for 2021? We are about to get ready for real. Grab your ink pens and your journal so that we can get going on tonight. Good evening. Now, it may say something about your comments. I don't see your comments when I'm looking here on the computer, but I have another device, and I will be able to see all of the comments when I'm done, okay? I'm going to give it just a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started. So good for us to be here on this beautiful Monday. I don't know about you, but I had a busy day today. Real busy day today. Good evening. everybody. I'm going to get started in just a couple minutes. If you haven't already, grab an ink pen and grab your journal or something to write on, because you're going to want to take notes tonight. We're not just writing to be writing. We're writing with purpose tonight. We are writing for manifestation. I'm going to give it about 2 more minutes, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're almost there, almost there. I'm going to start shortly. All right. Good evening, good evening, good evening. And thank you for those who are on right now. And I'm sure that some others will be joining us shortly. But we are going to go ahead and get started with night number 1 of this year's journaling challenge. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that I do an annual journaling challenge, and I just believe that we should do that in order for us to prepare for where we are going. I am Coach Sandara, and it is my mission, it's my purpose to push women to be their very best selves. That is my purpose, and this is what I live for on a daily basis, to push women to be their very best selves. What is that saying? I believe that there is some good in every woman, no matter what your past is, no matter what you have gone through in life, no matter what it is that you've had to deal with. I believe that there is good, great, awesomeness in every woman. But I also realize that there are times in our lives when we face difficult times, and sometimes those difficult times can cause us to feel like we have been stripped of everything. And during those times, when women find themselves in those places, it is my mission and my purpose to help them, to push them, to coach them, to get them back to their very best selves. What am I trying to say? That just because we have difficult days in our lives or challenging situations that come up in our lives, it does not mean that we have to stay there. So this is my mission and this is my purpose. But my purpose for these next 5 nights is for this journaling challenge. Now, when I say journaling, I don't mean that you are grabbing a tablet and you are simply just writing down how you feel. Now, don't misunderstand me. It is good. It is great for you to write it down about how you feel. But this week, we are going to be journaling for manifestations. We are going to be journaling this week because we are looking for something to manifest. Is there anybody that needs something to manifest in your life? If not in 2020, what about 2021 or 2022? Those things are not going to manifest if you don't write those things down. I want to tell you that a vision, a goal, a dream that's in your head, it's not going to manifest because it's in your head. You must get it out of your head and get it on to paper. So the first question I want to ask you, have you actually taken the time to write down your visions, your goals, your dreams, or even your desires? Have you written those things down? Many of us don't write them down. Many of us don't journal, but I am going to share with you this week that there is so much power in journaling. No, we're not just going to write about how our day was at work or what we did during the day. No, this journaling challenge is about us journaling for manifestations. Now, I know that it probably says something about the comments because I am using an app, but I want you to know that if you comment, I will be able to see them on another device. Here is the thing. For those of you that know that I do a challenge or any challenge that I do, I always give away prizes. Now, in order for you to win a prize, it means that you need to be engaged. That's why this is a challenge. This is not for you to just come and sit and look at me or listen to me. This is for you to be engaged. It is a challenge, and I am challenging you to journal and write. So, all of my challenges, those of you that follow me, and well, all of you follow me, you in this group, but I don't know if you actually take the time to watch the videos or anything like that. But anytime I do a challenge, I am looking for you to be engaged. Why? Because if you are engaged, then you will do more of what you were challenged to do in the challenge. So I want to ask you, is there anybody who is ready to be engaged in this 5-day journaling challenge? Who is ready to be engaged? I need you to type me and an exclamation point. Me and an exclamation point. And I'm going to look and see who is going to be the first person to say me. All right, Pastor Harrison, it is you. All right, Pastor Aquanette Harrison, you were first tonight. All righty. You will notice that I will do this throughout the week. I will do this throughout the entire week. What am I saying? That you must be listening and paying attention. All right? That's why I ask you to be engaged. Thank you, Pastor Harrison. You will get something for answering first. I will let you know what it is. You already have some of my products, but I'll make sure I find something that you don't already have. So I hope that you have your journal and a ink pen. You will need that. You will need that. So the first question I want to ask you, have you written down your goals, your desires, your visions, your dreams? Have you actually taken the time to write them down? If you have, I want to ask you, how often do you go back to it? Now, I'm not talking about you writing your goals or your visions at the beginning of the year, and then you don't look at them anymore until it's time to go into the new year. I am asking, how many times do you go back and look at what your desires are, what your dreams are, what your visions are, what your goals are? If it's a vision, if it's a dream, if it's a goal, weekly, awesome, Minister Chandler. If it's a goal, if it's a vision, if it's a dream, then you must look at it often. Once a year is not enough, because it's not sticking with you. You gotta keep your visions, your goals, your dreams. You gotta keep it, I say, with you. Mine stay with me all the time. And you'll hear about that in a few minutes. But even if you don't keep it with you, you need to at least look at your visions, your goals, your dreams, your desires. You need to look at them at least once a week. But in order for you to do that, you must have what? You must have them written down. In your head is not good enough. No, you got to get them out of your head and on to paper. So tonight, as we begin this journaling challenge, I want to talk to you about a few things. If you had a hesitation when I asked the question about, have you written your visions, your goals, or your dreams down? Then I want you to look at that really good. There should never be a hesitation about your visions, your goals, or your dreams. You should be excited about them. You should be eager to talk about them. You should always have them on your mind, even if you are not acting on them. You got to be excited about them. Always excited about them. Even if you aren't doing what it is that you really want to do yet. Can somebody type yet? You're not doing it yet. But that does not mean that it is not going to come. So tonight we are talking about journaling. We are talking about putting the pen to the paper. Putting the pen to the paper. It is so important to put the pen to the paper. Let me talk to you a little bit about journaling. Abundance is always around you. If you can see it, you can have it. What am I trying to say? That those visions, those goals, those dreams, those desires that you are writing down, if you can see it, if you believe it, then it's yours. But you got to believe it. You got to believe that it can be yours. You must see it. You must believe it. It only takes one opportunity for you to be able to achieve your visions, your goals, your dreams, or your desires. Now, I know some of you may be saying, well, sometimes I feel like I miss out on my visions, my goals, and my dreams. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter that you missed out on the opportunity the last time. That doesn't mean that you will not have another opportunity, right? When you picture something in your mind, right? It's not good enough that it just stays in your mind. You must get it out of your mind and get it on to paper. I am talking about journaling. Now, I have no idea what your dreams are, what your goals are, what your visions are. I have no idea what they are, but you know what they are. Everybody does not have the same goals, the same visions. Everybody doesn't have the same ones, but each of us have them. Each of us have them. So, what I want to say to you is that you must make sure that you keep them in front of you. What am I talking about? I'm talking about your visions, your goals, and your dreams. Now, you must believe that you are able to accomplish everything that you would like to accomplish. Now, I have no idea what yours are, but I want to mention a few that you could possibly have, right? You could possibly be wanting to buy a home, or to buy a car, or to make more money, or you could be thinking about retiring, or you could possibly want to lose weight, or you could possibly be wanting to get married, or you could possibly be desiring to have a baby, or you could possibly be desiring for inner healing or inner peace. When you began to journal about these things, this is how it manifests. I want to tell you that I wanted to do some things last year, right? And not only do I write those things down, but I want to show you all something else that I do, right? I don't just stop at writing them, but I also, this is my vision board. Now, of course, you see that it's not a board, it's a body. You see that? It's a body. It's a body, right? So I picked out words that I wanted to happen. Can you see that? Right? So now many of us do vision boards. I chose not to do mine this time on a vision board. I chose to do it on that body. And what I do is I keep it right here beside me where I can see it. That's why I say that it is very important for your visions, your goals, and your dreams to be in front of you where you can see them. Now, I want to ask the question, how many of you journal? 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 It's a little delayed, but how many of you journal? Okay. So now you say that you journal. I want to know, how often do you journal? How often do you journal? How often do you journal? And I'm going to tell you why I'm asking you those questions. It's important to journal, and I'm going to tell you why. When you journal, it helps you to make every step count. What am I trying to say? When you journal, you don't waste time. You find yourself doing the things that you journal about. Now, when you journal like I do, you don't have time to waste time, because not only do I journal, but I keep up with my daily calendar, my monthly calendar. And that's another thing. How many times do you look at your calendar in a day? I have to look at my calendar at least 5 to 7 times a day. And now, many of you may say, that's a lot. And I'm going to show y'all my calendar. I'm telling y'all going to see all my business. Now, this is my calendar in writing. Right? And not only do I have a calendar in writing, but I have alerts on my phone for everything. That's how I keep up with everything. I said all that to say that when you journal, you focus better. Why? Because you are writing everything down. Journaling keeps you from being all over the place. How many of you feel like you're all over the place sometimes? As much as I do, sometimes I do feel like I'm all over the place. But what do? I reel myself back in and say, girl, focus, focus. And journaling helps us to focus. It helps us to focus. You must take action daily to reach your goals. Once a week, once a month, once a year is not going to help you to reach your dreams, your visions, or your goals, right? Momentum is built on the inside of you when you stay on top of your visions, your goals, and your dreams. When I talk about momentum, I mean excitement. I mean you are driven to complete your visions, your goals, and your dreams, right? You're excited about it because you see yourself completing them. You see yourself doing it more often. Momentum is necessary as it relates to journaling. You gotta have momentum. Even when you don't know what to write about, you need momentum as it relates to journaling. You need momentum. You gotta have momentum. And momentum is only built if you do it on a regular basis. I'm talking about journaling for manifestations. I'm not talking about journaling about the weather outside or about how you feel today. I am talking about journaling for manifestations. Ask yourself, what do I need to do to get closer to my goals? What do you need to do to get closer to your goals, your dreams, your visions? It begins with you. Name one thing that you need to do to get closer to your visions, your goals, your dreams, your desires. What are your desires? The things that I listed, was one of those your desires? Was one of those your dreams? Are you trying to become an author? Are you trying to buy a home? Are you trying to get more finances? Are you trying to prepare yourself for retirement? Are you trying to lose weight? Are you trying to get inner peace? Are you wanting to get married? Are you wanting to have a baby? Let me tell you, last year in 2019, and it was because I journaled about it. Last year in 2019, I said to myself early 2019 that I wanted to buy myself a car. Now, mind you, it was not because I did not have a car, because I have those of you who know me know that I have an Expedition, and I've had my Expedition. I got it when it first came out, 2006, but it is in immaculate condition. You would never think that it was that old, right? But I said to myself, I want to do something for myself that I've never been able to do. I've never been able to buy a car, right? I went from my dad, right, who bought me cars, to my husband, who bought me cars, or we bought the cars together. So it was my goal, my dream, for me to purchase a car for me in 2019. Not taking anything from my husband. My husband is a very good provider, has always taken care of me, takes real good care of me. But it was a goal of mine because it was something that I had never done. Have you ever been there? Has there ever been anything that you wanted to do and you were never able to do it? And I was able to do that for myself at 53 years old, something I had never done before, right? Has anybody ever been there? No matter how old you are, you just may have something that you really, really, really want to do. I really wanted to do it. Well, 2019 almost got away from me. But then, because I keep my visions, my goals, and my dreams in front of me, and I had it written down in October last year, I decided one day after work that I was going to the car lot, right? And I went, and I just looked and I looked and I looked and I looked, and I found a car that I wanted. And I said I wanted that car. My husband didn't go with me. I went from work, but I sent him pictures of what I was driving. And I said, how you like this? How you like this? And he was like, oh yeah, I like that. And I said, well, do you want to come over here with me and look at it and check it out? And my husband thought I was playing, right? And he was like, no, I'm not going to come. He was saying, yeah, you not. I said, you sure? He said, no. I said, okay. So what did I do? I put on my big girl undies. And I did what I've never been able to do in 53 years and sat down at the table with the man, gave him a driver's license, did all that. He did all the thing. And he said, so you want this one? And I said, yes, sir. Right? Sat there, and within an hour, I was a car owner. Bought myself a RX 350 Lexus truck, right? Here's the other thing, and this is what I'm telling you about journaling for manifestations. When I bought the truck, I got the truck with no trade in, no money down, no payment for almost 90 days. That's what you call journaling for manifestations, right? That's what you call that. And this is why it is so important for you to journal for what you want. You must write it down about what you want. And now is a good time for you to be thinking about what it is that you would like to do before 2020 ends or in 2021. But if you do not have those things written down, those things are not going to happen. Journaling for manifestation is totally different from journaling about how you feel. We're not dealing with your feelings this week. No, we're not dealing with what you've been through, what you're going through. No, we are journaling for manifestations. And let me tell you why we are journaling for manifestations. Listen, COVID-19 hit, and COVID-19 shook up a lot of things for a lot of people. But I also want to tell you that a lot of people were blessed by COVID-19. A lot of people were able to do some things that they've never been able to do before until COVID-19 hit. And some of you may be listening to my voice right now, or some of you may be watching the replay. COVID-19 wasn't bad for everybody. It was bad for a lot of people, but it was not bad for everybody. COVID-19 has been a blessing to some people. Has COVID-19 been a blessing to anybody watching right now? Or anybody that will watch the replay? COVID-19 was a blessing to me. I started a body products business. Why? I was sitting home, had time on my hands, working from home, had the people computer here, but I was always looking to do more. So I started Her Peace of Mind body products. Didn't stop there, right? I started a 6 weeks intensive writing course in COVID, right? The devil tried to mess with me, and the devil tried to tell me, ain't nobody gonna sign up for no 6 weeks intensive writing course. People ain't got no money. And I said, you know what? Devil, you can get thee behind me. I am going to do it, and I am going to put it out there. See, that's what when you journal for where you want to go, when you journal for what you really want, journaling for your goals, your dreams, your visions. That is what tonight is about. And not just tonight, but these next 4 nights, including tonight. So now I want to challenge you, and I want to ask you, what are your visions? What are your dreams? What are your goals? What are your desires? I want each of you that are watching right now, I want you to type one of your visions or dreams or goals or desires. Just one. Just one. Just one. Just one. Just one. Just one. And I'm going to give it a minute. Name just one. It's on the way, Minister Chandler. It's on the way. It's on the way. All right. For the others of you, I want to see just one vision, goal, or dream, and I want it typed. All right. Yes, Mom. All right. Put a house on my estate property. Amen. All right, Evelyn. Complete my book. Amen. All right. Pastor Harrison, re-engage your personal ministry. All right. All right. Who else? And then you're going to see how you're going to begin it tonight. Anybody else? All right. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4 who actually have identified. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Tonight, you are actually going to journal, right? Our word for tonight, I will give you a word every night this week. The word for tonight is motivation. Now, I want you to write 3 action steps about motivation for what you stated tonight. 3 action steps. I want you to write those 3 action steps right now. 3 action steps that will give you motivation. All right, so the reason I wanted you to write 3 action steps is because tonight, you can call it homework, whatever you want to call it. I want you to journal about those 3 steps. Remember that you are journaling for manifestations. That is why you are journaling. You are not journaling for how you feel, about the rain outside, about the sun outside. No, you are journaling for manifestations. Let me tell you some of the things that I was able to journal my way to. I already told you. I journaled my way to purchasing my new car. I journaled my way to an abundance of coaching clients. I journaled my way to true inner peace. I journaled my way to living my very best life. Living my very best life. I'm not waiting for what? No, I'm living my very best life right now. Getting things that I want for myself personally, doing things for myself, doing things for my business. No, I'm doing it now. I don't have to wait. Wait for what? I'm journaling for it. I'm preparing for it. Right? And so all I'm seeing now is the manifestations. I've been journaling for the last 2 years about God expanding my coaching business. And what is he doing? Enlarging what? My territory. But I wrote about it. I said what I wanted. I've already journaled about what I want in my coaching business next year, down to how many clients I want, down to which packages I would like for them to purchase. So you got to be specific when you're journaling for manifestations. You got to be specific. Now, for the things that you said, all right? I'm going to go here because everybody didn't do it. Become a published author. Minister Chandler, you are making the steps to become a published author. Why? Because you are currently in my 6 weeks writing intensive course. And if I got anything to do with it, that book is coming forth. So I need you to write about those 3 action steps that you are going to take for you to complete your book. But you already know that you got me behind you, pushing you. You already know that to be true. You already know that to be a fact. So you will become a published author. Mom, put a house on my estate property. Then there is some things that you must begin to do. First of all, you got to begin to look at or decide the size of the house that you would like, how many bedrooms. You got to be specific of what you want it to look like, where you're going to put it at on the property, right? So you got to take that word motivation. Take that word motivation and those 3 action steps and decide how you are going to get that done. Mom, you got to already see the house on the property. Can you see it? You need to already say what color you would like for the house to be on the outside and on the inside. If you would like for it to have a 2-car parking garage, a 3 parking garage, or if you don't want it to have a garage at all, you got to begin to see it in your mind, and not just see it, but you got to begin to write about it. Complete my book. Evelyn. 2 Evelyns. Evelyn Williams is my mom. Evelyn Johnson Reddick is a client. Evelyn, motivation. The 3 action steps. You got to put motivation and those 3 action steps together. And you got to write that book. You got to complete that book. It's in you. And I'm telling you tonight that you can do it. I believe that you can do it. I believe that you will do it. But you got to believe that you can do it. Pastor Harrison, re-engage your personal ministry. Now, you got to use this word motivation and those 3 action steps. And you got to put them together. How do you need to engage your personal ministry? You cannot just say you want to engage your personal ministry. You got to be specific about how you are going to engage them. What are you going to do? This is what you got to journal about. What steps are you going to take? I hear the Lord say that you need to give yourself a timeline. You need to give yourself a timeline, because this is something that you really want to do. Put this word motivation, take it, and take your 3 action steps and begin to journal about it. Let me do this other person. Intimate fellowship with God, others, myself. Okay? So you got to create space for that. If you're wanting it to get intimate, begin to create space for that. Now technology is unbelievable. You got Facebook. Do you have a Facebook group? I am learning that your page is not where it's at. Facebook group. People want community. So if you don't have a group, perhaps you need to do a group. I'm sure you probably use conference call, but I'm telling you that people want to feel connected. And sometimes conference call is not enough. Zoom. People want to see one another. That is what is going to cause people to feel intimate. These are just some ideas, right? It's hard to get together right now. It's hard to have gatherings right now. It's hard to do that. But these are the first ideas that come to mind. How do you want to engage them? What is it that you would like to do for the women? What is your mission for the women? Make that part of your action steps. Motivation. Focus and journal more. And yes, Evelyn, yes, you got to do that. You got to do that. Time management, writing more, see the manifestation be. Yes, yes. Minister Chandler, you got to already see yourself holding your book like this. You got to already see yourself holding your book. You got to already see yourself on stages talking about your book. You got to already, listen, you should already be saying that I am going to sell 200 books. Bam. You got to call it just like that. That's how you journal for manifestations. Be specific about what it is that you want. Those of you that are wanting to get married, you need to be specific about what kind of man you want, right? Not just what he looked like. But you need to be specific about how much money you want him to have, right? You need to be specific about him being a man of God, right? You need to be specific about him being a faithful man, not just I want to get married. No, you got to be specific. You got to be specific about what you want. And that's what journaling for manifestations is. Stop wasting your time journaling about how you feel. I got a headache today. I had a bad day at work today. For what? That ain't getting you nowhere. You got something to do. You got work to do. You got something to journal about. Take 2 Advil and drink some water and get to working. We waste our time writing about the wrong thing. Writing about what somebody did. Child, please let it go. Child, boo. You got something to do. You got work to do. We're talking about journaling for manifestation. I'm telling you that 2020, this year has been absolutely, positively amazing. But I am telling you that 2021 is where it's at. God allowed me to do a lot of things in 2020. But when I tell you, listen, I am anticipating so much more in 2021. What? I'm preparing for retirement. Yes, in 2021. I am preparing for my publishing business to explode with authors. I am declaring that I am going to assist at least 100 people in 2021 with writing their book, and that they will take my writing intensive class. I ain't playing with it. You got to declare what you want. You got to write it down. Get it out of your head. What else did I journal? Right? I journaled, that I wanted an assistant and that I wanted God to bless me with a team. Guess what? 2020, I got both for real. I've had my assistant, but I got one for real, right? And a team. Can't do it all by yourself. And see, that's one thing. Some of us, I did it for a long time, but I want to tell you that my life shifted and my business changed when I stopped trying to do everything myself. I'm telling you what I journaled my way to. So now you gotta be real specific. But I want you to take the word motivation tonight, and you need to decide what is the motivation that you need. Here's the other thing. Now, this just dropped in my spirit, and this is nowhere in my notes, right? But if you see somebody doing what it is that you want to do, stop being afraid to invest. I invested in coaches, and I still have 2 coaches. You got to be willing to, and that's the other thing. And that's why my coaching business really shifted. This is going to bless somebody right here. You cannot expect for people to invest in what it is that you're doing if you don't invest in what somebody else is doing. You got to invest first before somebody take their hard-earned money and invest in you. You think I am not elated that I have had 11 people since May. 11 since May to invest in my 6 weeks writing intensive class. 11. And that just dropped in my spirit. I'm telling you all, since COVID happened, you could have never told me that I will be teaching people how to write their book. But yes, you got to write it down. Habakkuk 2:2 says, do what? Write the vision, make it plain that what? That others may run with it. Right? That's what you got to do. You must write down where it is that you would like to go. You can't go nowhere if you don't write it down. And I still believe that there's time in 2020 for people to do something that you've never done before. It's October, and I still believe that there is time for you to do it in 2020. You ain't got to wait till 2021. No, you can finish in 2020. It's just October the 11th. It's still time to finish, to complete some goals, and for you to decide what your goals and your visions, your dreams really are. And let me tell you something. You got to really prepare. Now, this you could call this a plug or whatever you want to call it, but I'm telling you that it's the truth. My transformational planner is what keeps me on my toes. I don't have to ever worry about how I am going to journal every month. Why? I have already planned out what my November is, and I'm going to show you. Okay, I got to get this thing. Let me turn this way. So my planner every month asks you, what are your 5 priorities? Do y'all see my 5 priorities? Finish my book, my writing class, my coaching clients, save money, drink more water. Right? Then my planner, it gets a little deeper. It says, write what the goal is. My first one is my book. I have that I'm going to write for an hour a day. My second one is my writing class. Right? See what I'm going to do on my writing class in November? Mark it on social media, send text messages, send emails. Right? Trying to figure out how to turn this thing. Okay. And then number 3, coaching clients. Pray for clients. Market for the right clients. Give it my all. I said money. Save money. Save $200 bi-weekly and invest money. Water, drink. See, my transformational planner, journal, planner, whatever you want to call it, it helps you be specific, right? So I wrote that all out, and then my planner gives you the week for you to decide what you're going to do on what day. And I give you that for the entire month. This is how my planner keeps me on point. This is how I get it done. That's how I get it done. Without it, I would not be able to do it. So I am challenging you this week during this journaling challenge for this 5 days that you got to be specific if you are journaling for manifestations, if you really want to see it come to pass. Now, I am going to ask each of you, those of you who participated, I ask you to write down 3 action steps. I want you to post one of your action steps. Just one. Just one. Just one. One. Only one. I know this thing is a little bit delayed. All right, Mom, clear the property. Invite people into the book club. All right? All right, Pastor Harrison. Time management. All right? And I believe it was one more of you. Relax. That's a good place to be. It takes motivation to do that at times for us also. Anyone else? So tonight, I need to tell you one other thing. Meditate, all right? That's good, Evelyn. I want to tell you that the best time to journal is first thing in the morning. If you are journaling for manifestations. Now, you can also journal at night, but journaling for manifestation is good for you to journal in the morning when you're fresh. When you're fresh. Journaling at night, when I journal at night, it is for me to dump about how I feel about something or something that it's for me to dump. But when I am journaling for manifestations, I do it in the morning. So I recommend, while we are in this week, if you don't typically journal every day, I am recommending that you will journal for at least 15 minutes every morning while we are in this challenge. Again, tonight's word is motivation. And you are to write 3 action steps. 3 action steps that you will make, that you will put with motivation to complete what you typed on the screen tonight. I want to say thank you for joining me for night number 1. Now, tomorrow we will be here at 6:30 p.m. because I have my intensive writing class tomorrow at 7:30. So we will be here tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. For those of you who watch the replay, you are more than welcome to engage in the conversation if you would like. And I look forward to seeing each of you. Full tithing. Oh, amen. That's a good one. That's a good one, Flory. Amen. Amen. Yes, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow in this same space at 6:30 p.m. Thanks for joining and have an awesome night. Take care.